Well, this morning we got, that is like one of the biggest possums I think I've ever caught in my life. Look at the size of that thing. Oh my Lord. Pretty animal. I might get that one tanned actually. This is that logging road. We're just starting this morning. This is that logging road. This set was dug out 2 days ago. Couldn't really tell what it was. I knew it was a small track. I actually said it might even have been a gray fox, but come back in here today. We just remade all these sets yesterday, and basically the second set we check is got a monster possum though. But that is a really big possum, and we're gonna take care of that one and get her tan. But we'll remake this set, and I'm anxious to get out there to some of them other properties and see if we maybe snagged a coyote or two. I always let a nest raider go every trip. I'm sure some of you have seen that on the TV show, and some of you have probably seen it on YouTube at one point or another. But this one, there's no damage to that front foot, and I'm actually gonna let this one go. This will be the nest raider that we let go on this trip. It's gonna be cold the next couple nights. I don't know if I'm even gonna have another one that I'll be able to let go, but this is the one I'm actually gonna let go. So I've decided to not kill this one, and we're gonna let this one go down the road. So we'll let it out here. Don't bite me when down in there, buddy. All right, on away. He wants to go hide. Get up on that log, run down through there. You can go. Oh. How cool is that? Boy, that's a big possum. Jeez. That might be the biggest possum I actually ever caught. But we let that one go. And we're not out here, and I know there's some people out there, what are you doing? That's a nest raider, that's a turkey killer. Let me tell you something, we're taking plenty of them out of the equation here. We're not having any problem taking some of them out of the equation. And quite honestly, it's not about extermination, it's about conservation. And possum lifespan is about 2 years if they're lucky. So that's our nest raider we're gonna let go, and we're gonna remake this set. And once we get this remade, we'll get some new bait down in the hole, and we will head on down the road. But that is just still going. Look at him walking down through there. That's a big possum. But we'll get this reset. As I said before, I'm not gonna sit here and show you the whole set, but I like to set this, get that click, set it off, get any loose dirt out of the trap, and then get it set and the night latch, and we're good. So we'll get this back in here. That possum is as big as he is. That life expectancy is probably another week anyway, because that thing's probably almost 2 years old. That's the biggest possum I've ever seen. But we're just gonna bait that trap back here, put some more bait in the hole, and head on down and see if we have a coyote or two. Well, Mark, first stop, starting off the day somewhat good.
Hey, something's better than nothing. Nice big possum.
Dude, that's the biggest possum. I'm serious. I don't think I've ever caught a possum that big. I think 15 pounds probably.
He had a big old head on him.
Dude, that was a monster. Well, what is it, day 7? Day 7, check day 6. Day 7, check day 6. We've been dealing with the wet ground, and we remade all our sets yesterday, and stopped by the first place. Imagine that, one plugged up. But we're heading to some fertile ground, and hopefully we've enticed a coyote or two to do a little prancing. But all in all, got cold. Yeah, definitely colder. A
lot colder.
34, 35 degrees right now. It was down into the high 20s last night. It's going to get down. I don't think the high today is supposed to be much more than 37, 38. Gloomy. let that nest raider go. I always let a nest raider go on every trip. Pretty much towards the end of the trip, I, you know, will pick one and let them live another day. And I'm not saying you have to do that, but that's something I like to do. And you know, the possum's life expectancy, like I said, is about 2 years. And that thing's as big as he was. Hell, he might be past it.
Very well, maybe.
We're going to head out. We're going to show you what happens today. Hopefully we're able to show you some good things. We're doing this real time. We don't know what we're going to have. We don't know what's going to happen. We're showing you the real deal. We might not have any coyotes. We might only have that possum. I don't know what we're going to have, but I wanted to do this. I wanted to show how we do a working trap line, and I hope some of the things we're showing you help you out and give you some semblance of normalcy to where, you know, it's not all, you know, hero shots and everything's great. And man, there's a lot of stuff that you deal with on a trap line that is just an ever constant battle.
Absolutely. I mean, you go in, you never know what you're going to have, but that's why you keep at it.
Yeah, it can be good, it can be bad, it can be great. You just never know. But that's one of the cool things about trapping.
Right.
It's one of those things where it really I know that it's kind of a lame saying, but it's literally Christmas morning every morning. I'm a little fired up today. You know, first spot we had that big possum, but I'm fired up. I'm hoping some of these sets connect, because we put a lot of time and effort in yesterday remaking every set with, you know, wax dirt and rebaiting the holes. And I mean, we were gone from basically dawn till dusk, and I hope that work pays off, which, you know, it will if they came by. I definitely know that the sets are working, and we just have to have the right critters come by and work the sets.
Looking forward to the day.
You getting more of an urge
I'm getting more of the urge now.
More of the urge
Definitely.
to head back to Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're gonna go out here. We're gonna check the next spot we're checking is where we had one coyote and bobcat the first night up on that top. Those 4 sets on that real thick lane. Hopefully we'll have something there for you. If not, we'll have something down the road at some point. Well, we're going down here. We just checked the top of the field, and we got another nest raider.
Another possum.
Little possum. That set's had, I think, 2 coon and a possum, and the set over here, there's nothing in it today. We had a coon there, I think, the second night. But I'll tell you, you find those trails coming out of that thick stuff, working edgeways, you can't beat them.
No, this trail here, so defined. I mean, it was even just as good last year.
It really was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was. We caught a couple critters last year for sure. But they're definitely working it every night, coons and possums. Maybe we'll have a skunk tomorrow and have the trifecta.
The trifecta.
We'll get out and go over here and take a look at him and get it taken care of, and get it remade, and head on down the road. But just one more nest raider. Another big possum. Pretty fur on that one too. Pretty cool. But yeah, we'll just remake it, put it right smack dab in the catch circle. You can see that trail that goes out through there. It's definitely a animal highway, and got us another nest raider. But yeah, Mark, when you find these trails, we don't even really have that many nest raider sets out.
No, not really.
We got a half, 8 to 10 maybe. Yeah. But when you find them, they will be good every year. So when you're on your property and you want to take some of these out of your equation for your turkeys and things like that, you find the game trails, find where they're going from cover to cover, usually around stream beds, you know, basically, you know, pinch points across fields. You find those trails, and it's every night. It's like clockwork.
Absolutely. They'll produce year after year.
And year after year is correct. So we'll get this possum taken care of and get it remade, and have it ready and baited for the next contestant coming down the trail. We have a snap trap here on this one walkthrough. We actually caught the coyote here last year, and it's just completely pulled out and stretched out. There's no hair, no nothing in it. Nothing's been tore up here. This is a deer trail. It's probably a deer because they hit it, pulled it straight out, pulled their leg right out. So we're just going to reset it. That's one of the things that you know, wears on you when you're out here sometimes, when you don't know what possibly hit your set and you don't have anything to be able to see any tracks. But I fully expect that that was a deer. But we'll get it reset here, snap that off, make sure all the dirt's off of it. Get that back down in there tight. Same thing, no matter what you're doing here as far as dirt holes or walkthroughs or whatever, it doesn't matter which sets or what, you still want to make sure that that trap's bedded properly, and that's really the key to these traps firing correctly. There's no wiggle, no wobble. That's good. We'll just get a little bit more sand. Actually, I might have a half. We'll take that and put that there, but you can see this is just a great walkover. Hands right there. That's in a really good. Blend that in. That's all it really takes. That remake's done. Isn't much to it. And our scents are still, we don't need to rebait this, relure it. We don't need to do anything because our scents are still resonating out of there because we just put them in yesterday. So it's remade. We don't know what it was, but it's ready for the next critter that comes by. Well, we got us another nestator right here where we had that double yesterday. This is a pretty damn good trail too, Mark.
This is turning out to be one of the better ones on the trip.
You know, the landowner's gonna come in here and be like, what the hell did those guys do over here where these traps are? You can see these coons had it tore up pretty good yesterday, and we got us another nestator, Opossum, and we got catch circles and mud, and he's gonna definitely know we got some critters out of the equation for him, and got us a little possum here today. We'll get that taken care of, but that trail goes right up under there. That was, we've pretty much shown you about every day.
Yeah, every day we've had something.
We've had something here, all but I think one.
Right, that's right. And the one day we didn't.
But it doesn't take much. Just reset them, and the animals are going to come in and work them. And it's a testament to that Duke Dog Proof. They are just a fantastic piece of equipment that will handle all of your nestator needs for sure. But you can see it's pretty tore up here, but we're going to get that reset and maybe come back in tomorrow and have another one or two. I'm out here trying to catch these damn coyotes. We don't really have anything working the sets today again other than the possums.
Yeah, possums.
Now we're the possum. Yeah, we got 3 possums today. We've checked about, well, exactly about half the line. And we got 3 possums. We did have one set that looked like a coyote. Might have been messing with it. We didn't even film that because we weren't sure. But ultimately, we got half the line. And they're all remade. And hopefully we'll go out there and have at least one bouncing.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
But Just a great location, as we've shown you. Find these trails and you will put a hurting on these nest raiders as well. We had a visitor last night. He's got the whole hole dug out. He's got it dug around. You can see where he dug down by the side of the trap. You can see his track right here. It's definitely a coyote. You're gonna have that. Kind of disappointing. We're not having a lot of animals visiting our sets as far as the major predators. We have caught a couple coyotes and a couple bobcats this week, but when you have a set that you put in the ground and you remade it yesterday and the coyote's back here and digging from the side, I'm just going to finagle this. I'm going to probably bring the trap back to here, cover this, you'll see what I do. But this is one way you can, you know, I mean, I don't think he knew the trap was there until he started digging. Then he uncovered the trap, because normally when you have a digger, if they feel a wobble or whatever, they're just going to uncover a little bit of the dog or a little bit of the jaw or something of that nature, and they don't dig it out. I think what happened here is he got way down in there, was digging here to the side, got the bait, and in the process actually uncovered the trap. So he may be educated now, knowing that there's something there, but ultimately we're going to try and fix him. We're going to bring that trap, we're going to dig the bed back here a little bit, get the trap back here, rebait it, and hopefully he'll come back and visit tonight. But we got 2 more nights, but it's one of those things that happens on the trap line. It just is what it is. You just overcome and adapt. But it would have been nice to come in here and have him bouncing today, but we're gonna finagle it a little bit, and hopefully if he comes back in tonight, we'll get a good crack at him. That fits down in there good. That's nice and tight. We're gonna bed that right there. But you know, you're gonna have these things, like I said, that happen, and you can't help it. It just happens. You're gonna have some critters that come in, start to dig differently than you thought they were gonna work it. And if he comes back though, which I fully expect he'll be back here within the next 2 nights. He might even be back tonight. So we're gonna hopefully get him taken care of. So we'll get this covered up here. That's right there. And then what we're gonna do is, just as much as we can, take some grass and mix that in right there, to where he's gonna think that trap is down here. We don't need to do anything too special. Just make it right there. We'll make it look like it was. It's kind of a step down set, but back here now is where the trap is. Another thing that you can do when you have something that does that, you can actually leave that trap the way it is, uncovered and everything, and then dig a place back here and then blend it in to where when he's coming up, he sees the trap. He doesn't even think that there's a trap back here. We've caught him that way before, but we're not gonna do that. We're only here 2 more nights. I think this will take him if he comes back in. We're gonna be able to tell if he comes back in, because we're gonna put more bait down in the hole, and if it's dug out again and he's not in our trap, we'll know. But we'll get that bait down in there, give him something to entice him down in. And I'm just going to take a little bit of our Madness lure and put some of that down in there as well. So that's that. But I fully expect him, we got 2 more nights, I fully expect him to at least come back in here and, you know, take a look at it. And if he does and he steps back here, we'll have him right here. Yesterday, we didn't get 2 sets in, and this is going to be one I'm going to walk through right here. And you can see this is just an awesome intersection. We got a road coming from behind us here, guarded by the cornfield. Thick as crazy down here to the left. You got a lane, you got a thick patch of woods, you got all of this brush these coyotes are going to work through. They're going to run these lanes right on this corner. Prevailing wind going this way. I love it here. Anything coming this way, anything coming up, and anything going by is going to see this, smell it. Hopefully they'll come in to taste it, and we'll have a trap here waiting for them. But we got 2 sets or 2 traps that we can still put in the ground, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to get these night latch there. We're going to get these in the ground and hopefully come back in tomorrow and have one here. It's been a pretty unproductive day. We had a lot of energy going into today, but we've only had 1 set that we can really know that a coyote was in, and he dug from the side, which we showed you a little bit ago. But that's part of trapping. You have to take the good with the bad. Some days are very disappointing. We still do have sets to check. We still got 7, 8 sets, but once we get these 2 in the ground, we'll go check them and hopefully have something. But it's been a lot less productive today than I thought it was going to be, but that's all right. That's part of the game. You keep plugging away and keep going after it. And we have this now, nice, bedded properly. Our pan's right there, right where we want it. And this is going to be a nice walkthrough as well. And we'll punch our 3 holes in just like we do at every other one. I'm going to put a punch hole right here, wallow that out, punch hole right here, wallow that out, and a punch hole right here, and wallow that out. Just get some of our mountain man. We're going to put that on the back side here. Jam that down in that hole. As I've said before, I like to have 3 cents in that triangle, but I like one of them to be a bait. That way it's something food-wise that'll keep them at the set, hopefully, to work it. And we're going to take our territory. We're going to put that in this hole. Put that down in there. And then on the front side here, we're going to take our madness, as we always do, and put that in this hole. Get some of that down in there. But, you know, these sets go in very easily. They don't take much time. And really, if we have any predator traffic coming through, they're going to work it as well. I'm just going to take this real thick stuff here, and we're going to take our sifter and blend that in now. And that's pretty much the finished product right there. Cover that hole up. Cover that up, and then just take a little bit of duff, cover that up. And that is a really good walkthrough on a really good location. These lanes, they're gonna work up and down through there. They're gonna hunt this thick stuff. Prevailing wind this way. We have anything coming this way, and if they're coming from behind, they're gonna see it. If they get biased, they'll smell it and work back in. I fully expect any critter that's gonna work this to come in from this angle, not my way. They're gonna come in from the camera angle because all the scents are gonna be blowing that way. So we're gonna have them come in here and work it hopefully, but you can see that is blended in about as perfectly as you can blend something in. And I know it's been a tough day so far, but I know we got good working sets. And if they work through these, we're gonna catch them. We're on a really good location right here. Old logging road through these pines comes out right behind me. We have some sort of a clover patch over here for a food plot. This lane, out this lane, up this lane, deer trail or game trail here, thick behind the camera, and just an unbelievable location with the wind blowing right off of this right here. So anything coming this way, this way, this way, or this way, all four intersections. This is actually a four-way intersection off of four different unique pieces of property. This is prime location number one if you can find it. Four different, you know, anytime you get 3 or 4 different intersecting points out of cover, food plot, field, perfect location. We're just going to throw a dirt hole. We haven't shown you a full dirt hole from scratch yet. Same thing as I've done on the walkthroughs. I'm going to dig my bed out with this, and that's about all that goes into that. Once we get it out, we have our bed right there. I just usually just right there and then right there as well. So that's about all you have to do. And then we're going to dig this in here, put our dirt hole in right here. I like a deep dirt hole. Anytime I can get a dirt hole deep, the deeper the better. This is actually really good ground to dig in. Nice and soft. Kind of like a half clay, half topsoil, which is really good. And then that's going to be that right there. Now, there's a lot of things that you're going to see and you're going to read, and none of them are wrong. You know, some people are going to tell you 9 inches back, 3 inches to the right, 8 inches back, 2 inches to the right. That's fine. I make a step down dirt hole. I got it below the ground. I feel the momentum of the animal having to commit to the set. We showed you that coyote earlier today where he dug from the side. He committed. He just worked it from the side, and they don't, a lot of times I don't get the coyotes work from the side. I don't have that happen a lot because I make them kind of make it to where they have to commit. But you know, that's going to happen. Nothing in trapping is set in stone other than set on sign and bed your trap properly. That's about the only two things that are set in stone that all of us can probably agree upon. But you know, over time I will catch the animals in these sets. Now, we haven't had a lot of traffic through. We haven't had a tremendous amount. Now, we have other sets to check. Like I said, we have 7, 8 sets that still need to be checked today, but I'm not worried. These are going to be working for about 2 more nights until we pull, and they are going to catch critters if they come by. But we got our bed dug. Now we're just going to take, since it is going to be below freezing, get our wax sand in there at the bottom so it doesn't freeze down. And we'll pound our steak in. Got that steak in there. Give it a little pull, set it. And we'll just get our 550 set here. Night latch. Good to go. And just gonna put a little sand to the sides so that the levers have something to sit on when I bed it in there. Good, that's already in there pretty tight. Now we'll just take some sand around the outside. And pack that in on the outside of the jaws. And that is in there now where I touch anywhere on this trap, on a jaw, on a lever, nowhere but that pan is gonna have that trap go off now. That's in there tight, and that's exactly what you want. Now we're just gonna take more sand and we're gonna cover the trap. Now we have the bed. Find the pan. I always find the pan and then I move out around. So that's pretty much all there is to bedding the trap, covering the trap. And now we'll just take our bait, our mountain man, get a good glob of that down in the hole deep. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of our madness here, which has our skunk essence. And that's gonna give them a little more incentive to come in and work the hole. But that's pretty much it. We are going to blend it in a little bit. Do that with the pine needles and the dry grass. And as you can see here, that's blended in, and then I'm just going to take whatever duff is left over, and that's going to go in the hole to protect the bait. And that dirt hole is pretty much done. You can see that it's below the surface of the earth. They're gonna have to commit. That's not as deep as I get them a lot of times, but I do like this set, and it's really in a great location. But that's really all there is. I fully expect if any animal comes by here, they're gonna work that, and we're gonna have a good crack at them. I like where it's at. It's tight. It's gonna make those animals get in there, work the hole. And we got about 7-8 more sets to check, and we're gonna go see if we at least have one to do bouncing today. It's been a interesting day so far, but that's as simple as it can get to put one of these dirt holes in. And if you're a beginner out there or want to tighten up what you're doing, this set will take coyotes, bobcats, coons, possums, fox, anything with this type of set. That's a traditional dirt hole. Well, Mark, check day 6 in the books, huh?
Yeah. Rough day on the line today.
3 possums, 3 orifices. Man, we did all that work yesterday, redoing all those sets. We did have that coyote dig us out. And then our last set where we had that bobcat, coon and a coyote came through there. Don't know which one was messing around with the set, digging at that one walkthrough. Can't tell which one it was. But we did have some action around the sets, but just not, actually a lot less than I thought we would have today. After that weather broke and the cold temperatures.
You both.
I thought we'd have had more action, but you know what? That's trapping. You know, just like, you know, I said when we were leaving, I didn't say it when we were remaking the set earlier, when that coyote was in there. You know, it's basically, it's like deer hunting. You know, you have that deer at 60 yards and you need him to come to about 40 yards.
Right.
And, you know, you go home and you're like, man, I just didn't get the opportunity. Well, sometimes that's what happens in trapping too.
Yeah, it's just like you said, like hunting, fishing, anything. Some days the fish bite, some days the deer cooperate, some days they don't.
Exactly. Today they didn't cooperate. 3 orifices.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
Well, you know, I mean, I highly doubt that my resume being padded with today gets me a nomination for Trapper of the Year. Yeah, I don't think today qualifies for Trapper of the Year, but it is what it is. We got 2 more good nights. The temperature is going to be great. You can see it's a beautiful day. There are going to be more stuff, work our sets, and hopefully when they come in this time they find a pan.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Put them 2 new sets in today. I'm actually happy with both those locations.
They turned out really well.
Through them nest raiders, you know, over in here around that cattle yard. We did throw a couple other nest raider DP sets in down there where we had pounded in the new coyote sets yesterday. So we'll have stuff tomorrow. And just is it going to be what we want, or is it going to be more of the same? It's been weather-wise, it's been not really conducive to really good other than last night. Man, I'll tell you what, I really expected a lot more action today. We drove by a lot of sets that didn't have anything around them.
Well, maybe tomorrow will be the day.
Well, maybe it's a good sign. Maybe they just didn't come through, and they'll come through tonight. But it's going to get cold again. What's 25 tonight?
Yep, 25 is the low tonight.
25 is the low, so we're going to have an opportunity. We got 2 more nights. We'll see what we can get in the back of the truck over the next 2 nights. Dude, that one nest raider, that possum I let go today for my one nest raider that gets to live.
Free pass.
Dude, that was a monster.
He was huge.
Yeah. Yeah, he got pardoned. There's some deer out in the field right there. 2 beauties. But hey, anybody watching this, we're showing you what's happening. It is what it is. We're pounding new sets in. We've got good working sets. You're going to have that sometimes. You're going to go around, you're going to think, man, we're going to have a great night, and you're not going to catch anything. And then you're going to have nights where, you know, you're like, man, I don't really think we're going to do well tonight. And you're going to go around and about every set's going to be full. It doesn't make a lot of sense a lot of times, but you're seeing the real deal out here. We're not sugarcoating anything. We're not hiding anything. We didn't have much success today. And all in all, obviously, we want to have a lot of coyotes and foxes and bobcats, what we're targeting, but it doesn't matter. If you're really out there and you spend any time or amount of time trapping, you're going to deal with a lot of failure.
Absolutely.
And I know that, you know, your buddy Coon Billy down there in Tennessee, you know, he was having some issues when he started there last year, and you know, you just let him know. I think he actually asked me a couple questions, and I said, just tell him to relax, let him marinate. And the next thing you know, what did he catch? 2, 3 bobcats?
2, 3 bobcats. He finally got his first coyote. He got several foxes when it was all said and done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was his first year.
First year doing it.
And if you're watching this, thinking about getting into trapping, understand that you're going to have the good with the bad. Today we had the bad.
Yeah, today was a
Still
lot
caught
bad.
3 possums, but that's not what we want to go after. But you're going to have the bad, and you got to be able to handle that.
That's right.
So we will be back out here tomorrow. Tonight, Mark's getting a treat. We've been stopping at this place called Eddie's, and they got really good food. If you're ever in Southern Illinois, look up Shotgun Eddie's. But they have really good food, and they have let us know pretty much every day we've been in there eating that Friday night is all you can eat fish. And you're the fish man.
I'm a fish guru, let's just say.
And he saw that being from Pennsylvania, we get what, flounder and
flounder, haddock. You get a lot of haddock.
This is catfish. He was all fired up.
All about the catfish tonight.
So we're gonna go get a shower. We're gonna let the sets marinate some more, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to show you a little more, but you're gonna see what happens, and we appreciate you coming along for the ride.
North American Trapper has got you covered when it comes to essential trapping baits and lures. When you're moving soil out of the field, know that you're getting the best scents available with the North American Trapper's line. Go to NorthAmericanTrapper.com today and explore the mountain man in you.